Hey, I'm Sona Kim, America's face of dating, or Connor McCandless, if you're watching me here on Instagram. And today we have a little bit of a different email, or I guess message on Instagram sent in from a viewer. It's actually from a woman. And basically what happens was a guy that she says is decently attractive, he approached her at the bar. And she was like, hey, he's kind of cute. But then she lost interest very, very quickly, and she sent me a screenshot of his messages. And so we're going to be going over that and showing you guys exactly why this girl lost interest in this guy. And so that's going to be the topic of today's coaching chronicle, is the real reason women lose interest. And we're going to translate some texts that a man's talking about into what he actually means here and wants to say. And so she goes, hey Selna, I watch your content, and as a girl, I thought this would be helpful for your viewers. Well, I appreciate you sending me that in. I was approached at the bar a few weeks ago by a handsome guy, but for some reason, I lost attraction pretty quickly. Well, according to these texts, it's pretty easy to see. I never even sent a text back, and he started texting me a lot. It's probably why you lost interest. On the text here that I have pulled up, he sent her one message per day for 3 days, and she didn't respond. That gives off the vibe that you are scarce, that you don't have a lot of options, and women, it's a scientific fact that women are more attracted to a man whose feelings are unclear. More of a mystery. Women like the chase. Why do you think that romance is the #1 selling genre of all time? It's because mystery creates attraction. And when a person's sending you 3 texts in a row and you don't respond, all the mystery is basically evaporated, because you can read a lot by somebody's actions. And you read a lot through this guy's actions. She said, here's the screenshot, maybe you can review it for your viewers and get a girl's perspective for them on why I lost attraction, as you say. Well, yeah, again, I appreciate you sending me that in, and we're definitely going to be going over that here right now, basically. So he basically opens her, so I have the screenshot pulled up right here, and he texts her 11:58 p.m. So this must have been right after the bar experience when he approached her and got her number. So he texts her, he says girl's name, let's just call her Becca. He goes, Becca, this is Alex. Sent that at 11:58 p.m. No response comes in. So he sends her another text about an hour and a half later at 1:48 in the morning. He said, hey, really nice to meet you. Please let me know when you made it home safe. So first text, like, it's not the weirdest text. Becca, this is Alex. Not the weirdest text that a guy could send. It's like, okay, cool, like, got the guy's number, great. Right? Like, I'll text back when I'm ready type of thing. But texting 1 hour and 48 minutes later at 1:48 in the morning, that gets a little weird. It's like, dude, if we just met, like, why are you texting me at 2 a.m. type of thing? And he goes, hey, really nice to meet you, period. Please let me know when you made it home safe. Translation into man language. Hey, I just want to seem like I'm a really sweet guy and I actually care about you. And so by showing you that I care about you, even though I don't really care, I just met you and I just think you're pretty hot, what's going to happen here is I'm going to send you a text that makes it seem like I give a fuck about you, even when I, really just kind of just met you, and you can tell that it's kind of bullshit here. He doesn't really care if you made it home safely. He doesn't even care if you made it home safely at all, actually. He just gives a fuck about you perceiving him as a guy that's a nice guy. And that could be a potential partner. That's why he's sending that text. That's the harsh fucking reality right there. Not gonna sugarcoat shit over here. Please let me know when you made it home safely. He doesn't give a fuck. He just wants you to see that he's a really nice guy and that he could potentially take care of you. Really lame text to send, especially at 2 in the morning. It's like, dude, come on. He goes, next day at 7:30 p.m. So about 18 hours later, she still doesn't respond to him, by the way. This is the third text, a big paragraph. He goes, a lot to translate here. Hey, Becca. I know you probably get guys to ask for your number all the time at the bar. Translation. Hey, you're really pretty and you're so hot, and I'm going to put you on a pedestal with this text and just shoot my shot here and just go for the Hail Mary shot, because clearly what I'm doing isn't working here. I know you probably get guys to ask you for your number all the time at the bar. How do you get a guy to ask you for your number? Hey, I want you to ask me for my number. So it's already kind of confusing. My brain is burning calories by reading this text here. But I really did want to reach out, he says, because I thought for the short period of time I talked to you, you seemed really interesting. AKA, what he means by, but I really did want to reach out because I thought for the short period of time I talked to you, you seemed super interesting. AKA, I didn't talk to anybody else that night. I'm fucking desperate. I think you're pretty. So I'm just going to, put you on a mega pedestal here. He then goes, I really like that you were so close to your family and that you're an engineer. He doesn't give a fuck. Okay, he doesn't give a fuck that you're close to your family, and he doesn't give a fuck that you're an engineer. He could care less about that. He wants to get you out in person, to get you back to his place, most likely, so he can have sex. That's what he really actually wants to do. He doesn't care that you're close to your family. He doesn't care that you're an engineer. He's just going to talk to you about that shit to try to get you to like him better. Manipulation by the nice guys over here. Nice guy manipulation, man, is too obvious. So he goes, I really like that you're family, close to your family, you're an engineer. He doesn't care about that. Translation, I just want you to see that I just kind of care about what you do. I want to act like I do so you like me better, so you go out with me. That's what he's saying. He's not going for it. He's not being authentic with it. It really seems as if you have a good head on your shoulders. Again, he talked to you for 1 hour. It's kind of hard to tell that after one fucking hour of talking to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you just can't really know that. Like, you can get a vibe from it, but like you got to get to know somebody over like the course of a few weeks or months at least to see what kind of person they're like and actually solidify that. It really seems as if you have a good head on your shoulders. How many times has he said really already? When someone says really, it means they're hiding something. He goes, I really did want to reach out. I really like that you were close to your family. It really seems like you have a good head on your shoulders. It's like, bro, like how many fucking reallys are you going to say, dog? Like, you're basically saying, I really want you, is what he's basically saying here. I'm trying to get you. He then goes, you also live pretty close to me. Here we go. Oh, it makes logical sense to go out with me because you live close to me. That must make it very logical to obviously go on a date with me. That's what we should do since we live close to each other. He's trying to basically bribe you with the distance to go out with him. Oh, we live close, so we might as well go out. It's like, why are you doing that? If you have any interest in getting some tacos and margs this week, I would love to get to truly know you for who you are. Didn't he just say he got to know you for who you are, basically by saying, he basically had this whole conversation, you seem like a good person? He kind of already got to know who you are, technically, by his text here. If you have any interest, aka, I don't really get girls that are interested in me that much, and it's really hard for me to get the girls that I want, and I have no options. So if you want to, go out with a desperate guy like me, I would love to accept your offer to go out with me because I have no other options. It's like, that's basically what he's saying here. Desperation, bro. Desperation is leaking through your text here. If you have any interest in getting some tacos and margs this week, I would love to get to truly know you for who you are. AKA, if you want to really go on a boring and cheap date with me, because tacos and margs, there's always the special on Tuesday, and I'll probably take you to the special because I don't make a lot of money. But if you want to go to that tacos and margs this week, I would definitely love that because I would love a cheap date. And this is why I get rejected, is because I act desperate and then I take girls on really fucking cheap dates over here for the discounted margs on fucking Tuesdays. It's like, dude, don't fucking lead with that, brother. I would love to get to truly know you for who you are. AKA, I would just love to get you out in person so I can just try to bang the walls off you, basically, is what he's actually saying here and meaning here. Whether he would want to admit that or not, totally his decision. But shit, it would be a better way to go than this fucking text, man. Most of you guys' problems with your dating life is that you aren't brutally honest with yourself. It's like if your process, like these texts right here, like if your process just isn't working that well, you got to change something about your process here. Like you got to do something different here, or else you're going to get the same results. And I can tell by this guy's text, he has no fucking clue what he's doing. And this is how most of you guys send texts. You have no process. You have no ability to build attraction. And that's a you fault, but that's a good thing. Because if you actually knew what to say, then she wouldn't lose attraction. She probably would have went out with him if he actually just gamed her up and rizzed her up and knew natural attraction like I've taught to hundreds of guys in my program now. It's like, again, like if you show scarcity with the way that you talk to her, aka you're not showing that you're socially proved, you're showing her that you don't have many options, and you're acting desperate with your text, you're over texting her, If he just let that text sit there and just texted her 7 days later, he probably would have had a better probability to get her out in person, especially because she even said in the text here, hey, he was actually kind of cute. Probably would have went out with him. But the fact that she didn't do that, or that he didn't do that and didn't wait, showed scarcity. It showed desperation. It showed, I didn't talk to anybody else that night, and you're my only shot here, and so I'm gonna just like really try to fucking milk this for all it's worth. And when you show scarcity and logic repulse women, and he was doing the two deadly sins right here in this text. He was way too scarce by over texting her and texting her at 2 a.m. That's just weird, dog. Don't text a girl at 2 a.m. being like, I hope you got home okay. He doesn't give a fuck if you got home okay. You don't. Like, unless you're in a relationship, you do, but like, you don't really care, bro. That's giving off the relationship vibe way too early. You do that shit when you're in a relationship, not when you're talking to a girl. It's like, it's a good thing you want to know that she got home okay, but that's just way too nice, and women know you're not doing that for them. You're doing it because you want to make her perceive that you are a guy with good morals and good values. So it's really, honestly, pure manipulation. And so at the end of the day, if you want to attract a girl, you have to learn natural attraction, and you have to be the opposite of scarce. You have to be the opposite of logical, which is emotional and abundant. How would a man, ask yourself texting right now, how would a man who is abundant, how would he be talking? How would he be treating the girl? And that's exactly what I talk about in my program, where I've coached hundreds of men now on this topic. And so if you're a guy, you have everything lined up for you, overall your life is going in the right direction with your career and your job, but for some reason dating is just kind of confusing and it's becoming frustrating, then message me the word coach, and we can talk and go back and forth and hop on a call with me or my team to see if you're a perfect fit for what we do. And if you are a perfect fit, we will actually paint you out a strategy right there on the call of what we would do if you were to get inside of the program and work with me and my team specifically on this topic to help you fix your dating life. The transformations, just go on my YouTube playlist. The transformations that my clients have made has been phenomenal. Seth and Martin and all these other guys in the transformations, like they've literally went from zero and texting like this to girls chasing them in just a couple weeks. But this problem's not going to fix itself unless you guys actually take action to fix it, unless you guys actually do something about it. And so if you have everything else lined up for you, but dating is kind of like that last missing piece, message me here on Instagram, or go to Instagram and message me there, or comment a fire emoji, and I'll send you over a free guide to help you get out of this rut and help you get to the point where girls are finally chasing you. So on that note, I'm Selma Kim, America's face of dating, otherwise known as Connor McCandless, as my real name. And if you guys would like to hear, or you guys have an email or a question, write me in on Instagram and I will make it into a YouTube video, potentially. And so on that note, I'll see you guys in my next video.